morning, boys and girls. Sorry, chapter 8 is so late. I had a bit of a moment yesterday. I couldn't find my Kindle, but all is saved. I found it. I didn't know how to be able to read this to you guys. So here we go. Chapter 8. Remember, we're going to read. As we read, we track the print, we underline important ideas, and we circle words we do not know. Flying practice. After breakfast the next morning, Drake went back underground with Griffith and the other Dragon Masters. "Why do we train all the way down here?" Drake asked as they walked. "Don't you know?" Rory said. "We're a secret. No one knows the dragons are even here. No one knows the Dragonstone is real, and no one knows about us." Drake looked at the wizard. "It is true," Griffith said. "The king does not want others to know about the dragons." "Because he's building a dragon army?" Drake asked. "That's the king's business, not ours," said Griffith. He opened the door to the hallway of the dragon caves. "Collect your dragons. We are going outside today." "Hooray!" yelled Anna, Rory, and Bo. "But won't someone see us if we go outside?" asked Drake. "No, we'll be hidden in the Valley of Clouds," said Anna. "Hurry, go get Worm!" Drake ran through the winding hallway to the Worm's cave. Worm raised his head, looked at him. It reminded Drake of his nightmare. He shivered. "Come on, Worm, we're going outside," Drake said as he opened the gate. Worm crawled out of the cave. Griffith led him down a dark tunnel. The tunnel opened up into a bright field of grass. Tall hills rose up on the sides. "The sun!" cheered Anna. She whirled around. Drake looked up at the sun and smiled. "So what do we do out here?" he asked. Anna grinned. "We fly!" she said. She patted Khepri on the head. "Show him, girl." Khepri raised her long neck and flew straight up. She looped and whirled in the air, and Drake watched her shading his eyes from the sun. He had never seen anything like it. "Wait till you see Vulcan fly," Rory said. "Vulcan, circle!" Vulcan flapped his big red wings. He flew up into the sky and circled the field. "Wow," Drake said. He looked over at Bo. "Your dragon doesn't have wings, but she can fly too?" he asked. Bo nodded. "She does not need wings," he said. "Shu, please fly." Shu floated up off the grass. "It's like she's swimming through the air," Drake said. "Yes," said Bo. "How Shu flies is very much like how one swims. She can ride the winds." Drake looked at Worm. His tiny wings did not look like they could lift him. "What about you, Worm?" he asked. "Can you fly too?" Worm just stared at Drake. He didn't flap his wings. He didn't even move. "It's okay," Drake said. He thought of how scared Worm might be in his nightmare. We can watch the others. Drake sat on the grass and he put his hand on Worm's back. The dragon moved a little closer to him. Suddenly, the dragon stone felt warm on Drake's skin. He looked down. It was glowing. Drake looked around. Griffith was standing over with the other Dragon Masters. None of their stones were glowing. "Why is my stone glowing?" he wondered. "Am I doing something wrong?" Drake quickly tucked the dragon stone inside his shirt. Then he went back to watching the other dragons fly across the sky. That's the end of chapter 8. Boys and girls, as we were reading the story, I remember thinking, I'm gonna move my camera for a second. I remember thinking that Drake and Worm are really going to have an amazing relationship together. And the words that they want us, and one of the questions, the first question that we have is, where did the Dragon Masters train? Well, we read in the story that the Dragon Masters train in certain locations, but like specifically, not just outside, because that's just this one instance, but typically, where do they train? They typically train in one place, and it tells you on the story if we go back to the very first page of the chapter, I don't want to tap too much because then it takes me all the way back. See? It tells us on the first page exactly where they train. Why do they train there? It tells us why they train there, because it's kind of a big, remember to answer in a complete sentence. All right, make an inference. Why do you think Anna was excited to see the sun? Why do you think Anna was so excited to see the sun? Do you think maybe she likes the sun like I do? I love the sunshine. Or do you think maybe they've been inside the castle for a really long time and this is the first time they've been out in a long time? Why do you think? Why do you think? And remember to answer in a complete sentence. I think Anna was excited to see the sun because, okay? And then the last question is, I don't have this set up very well today.